Welcome to your June 8th Monday Power Hour meeting with Katelyn, Carly, and Claire, where we talk all about GTA stats and worldwide news, because we're learning we have guests from all over Canada, but the stats we talk about are just generally to GTA, right? That's your Durham, Toronto, Peel, York regions.
Yeah.
And then we talk about Canada news.
Yeah. I guess we're mentioning that we just hired an agent from Guelph because he watches all of our videos. So
yes, I'm also learning
kind of fun.
Our clients are watching it. Your clients might be as well if the logarithms are showing them stuff on Instagram. So now we have that in our mind. We're really talking to a wide audience of agents, clients, people that are generally interested in what Wise Claire has to say about real estate.
And sports.
Is there any sports updates you would like to discuss?
Trump is going to the game today.
Which game?
The basketball game.
There's a
Trump is going to the women's game or the men's game?
Why did I think that was over? I thought there was a big win. That's still not over.
No,
okay, got it.
We got two more. We might have 6 more.
6 more games.
No,
That's on the basketball
5
side.
more.
5 more basketball. How are the Jays doing? They're still. What's happening?
Speaking of Jays, you guys probably got an email last week that
Jays won yesterday too.
They won. We didn't get an email about that, but the Jays won yesterday. But C21's doing their Jays game again in September. So you guys got an email for that to buy tickets to. We had a lot of fun when we did it last year. I think it's $175, but you get $25 voucher for, I think, either drinks or swag or whatever it is.
It's like a private area, just us. There is seats as well as like standing room. It's quite a nice view. It's on a Sunday, I believe.
Yes.
Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday afternoon.
Sunday.
3, which is nice too.
So you take the train down. I think it's a good networking opportunity because people actually do fly in from Canada to come to this because there's no conference. So this is their version of networking and getting together. Last year, some people missed out. This year, there's advance notice. We have our tickets. We're going to be there. I think
I had a lot of fun last year.
Yeah.
So if you guys want, you get to hang out with the C21 people, especially if you've been to conference before, you'll see a lot of familiar faces there. And
this year, like last year, they were World Series. So this year, everything's more expensive.
Yes.
Tickets are more expensive. Even we've been trying to go as a family. We just can't get it together.
Yeah, we did get comments on that it's more expensive than last year. And I forgot that we went to the World Series last year. So we're just, the tickets went up. Yeah, we couldn't even go to Mother's Day. It was like $200 a seat or something.
Yeah, they have one on Canada Day. That's obviously, everybody's off. So. Yeah. But that should be fun.
But,
any other sports? Tempo still doing their thing?
They won yesterday.
They won? Okay, great.
World Cup started. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that started. That's the big one, actually. But I know that started this week? Friday?
And I heard that the hype of all like the Airbnbs that were available are still vacant. Like nobody really did a lot of.
Oh, really?
I don't know if they had as much traffic as I thought they were going to.
I heard a lot of anger on they shut down a lot of streets, like Portland and like King Street West. They like closed off a lot of streets. So a lot of the people that live there are really upset about it because it's really hard to get in and out. So probably take the GO train if you're going.
Seems like you did have a door knock.
Great time to door knock.
I should have that smaller.
Speaking of door knocking, some agents in Ajax have been door knocking. Celine and Michael and them have been hitting the streets. They've been getting some really good feedback. So if you guys are thinking about door knocking right now, they're having some fun in Ajax because our new office is there. So they've just been introducing the office and saying, hey, we're here. We've been here for a little bit. So
yeah, and that's a good area because I think there's townhouses, semis, detached. It's a combination.
And Buggy Lane.
So
you got some
luxury. Nice turnover happening. There's activity. Right?
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
In the tennis world,
yes.
Tennis?
A player who's a qualifier. She's in finals now.
Okay, good.
And she couldn't afford to pay her towel bills.
Yeah.
And now she's going to be making mineral water.
Whoa.
Good for her, as she should. That's tennis we're talking about. That's good. Canada's so underfunded for athletes and sports. It's
Canadian
Polish.
There's a golf. There's a golf tournament, I think, or something. But
any other sports? Is it like that we're missing out?
Lawn bowling.
I sent Katelyn a link to lawn bowling the other day.
It's like, here's lawn bowling. I'm like, yeah, it's behind my house. She's like, I know. I'm like, it's for seniors. She's like, they say they're younger than they look.
So I was driving past it. I'm like, that looks fun.
It does look kind of nice.
Just like
bowling with the seniors.
And I looked it up. It is mostly seniors, but this particular
that might be a good networking opportunity.
We're the youngest of all the clubs, and I'm like, how young? Like I
think they're like 70s.
I think that would be great prospecting.
I think great. Yeah. Let's try it.
They probably all live in the area.
You didn't do bad at croquet yesterday.
See, we played croquet. I did pretty good. We're looking for hobbies. Market's slow, so we're looking into doing some lawn bowling in our spare time. Meet some new people.
We tried a new Pilates. I tried a new
You
Pilates
did.
studio.
Yeah, I actually saw you.
If anyone's looking to do some new hobbies, just get out there.
I saw you posted on Instagram, and I was like,
I'm
oh my
gonna get in
gosh,
trouble.
you're gonna
I
get in
already got
trouble.
warned that I might get in trouble
not
for
loyal.
trading
The
Pilates
new Good
studios.
Life has a Pilates studio.
I heard
Yes,
the Good Life.
Pickering has
You
a
don't need to go and
new
pay
Good
for it,
Life.
so the membership covers it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Sanjay's tried the new Good Life as well. You said good things about it,
Yeah, I see him.
so that's a really good.
Yeah, I see
Oh my gosh, start off the recording.
What's that? Oh, sorry. We're all cheating on our gyms right now, so I cheated on mine too.
That's good.
We're just testing the waters. It's good to expand your network once in a while.
Yeah. Who ran open houses this past weekend? Okay, yes.
No, not about open house. You
Yes.
ask,
Oh, new clubs.
you
Sports.
ask who else is watching the YouTube.
Yes.
So yesterday, last 3 days, I was with my friend in New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
His son said he 21 years old, pure Canadian, pure American boy,
Yeah.
fully into sports. He said, Sandeep, I want to make my career. He watches your
Oh,
YouTube video. Yeah.
Oh,
an
really?
American.
New Jersey. What?
Yeah.
From New Jersey? Give a
Yeah.
shout out to New Jersey, please.
Shout out New Jersey.
Does he live in Edison?
Edison.
Ah.
But pure American
Yeah.
kid into all the sports. Just like, I mean.
And now into real
as a
estate.
player as well as a real.
Nice.
So he wants to come. He said, Sandeep, I will spend 1 week with you.
Oh.
I said, okay, I'll take
Claire
you
loves
now.
that.
So we need to get a bigger table so Sanic has like a permanent spot here to talk about sports.
Yeah.
We'll extend it out.
Love that.
Shout out to Mitch Marner, even though
Oh.
Nelson doesn't like that.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about
Whoa,
hockey. Is that
whoa.
still a thing right now too?
Yeah,
Hockey's
hockey's
still
still a thing.
happening?
They playing
Oh my
tonight
God.
again, or yeah?
I don't know.
Told you two was gonna be about sports.
Screw real
Tomorrow's
estate. Let's talk about sports.
Yeah, people are excited. That's
Why is
good.
it tomorrow?
Because I think they're traveling. They're traveling?
No,
No, actually, no, they're still in Vegas.
I thought it was 2 games to one.
I have one more question. Anyone watching Summer House?
Fair.
There's a reunion tomorrow.
Again?
Part
It's
three.
part 3. It's the most
Final
important one.
reunion of Summer House. Who's gonna get the knockdown? West.
And are you watching The
probably.
City right after too? And the timing of all of that, like, it's crazy. There's only 2 people here that understand, but on YouTube, someone understands. Okay, so that's why
We're here for all of.
those are our version of
Entertainment.
sports, reality TV sports.
It's okay. Everyone's looking at us. Whatever. We just talk about sports. Give us a
Yes.
moment.
Jersey Shore is going to end soon. So.
I can't watch Jersey Shore.
What?
I don't know. No, I just don't know which network it's on anymore.
Okay,
Get back to real estate.
back to open houses. I thought I saw hands go up, but that was for everything but open houses, right? No open houses. Anyone?
Oh wait, you had one at
Okay.
yours.
Yes.
So you did Saturday, and Emmy Lou did Sunday.
So that was in
Oh, I
North
knew.
York Semi
No,
Town.
it's Thornhill
Sorry.
condo townhouse.
Condo Town. Okay, Ethan, how was it?
3 groups,
3 grills,
2 nosy neighbors,
2 nosy neighbors, 1
1 kind
kind of.
Interesting.
Okay. And with an agent or on their own?
That was a fresh listing too, right? Interesting.
We got a sign call from that listing for someone looking for pre-construction.
That was interesting because she called me.
You're the pre-construction
I
girl.
don't know. That was really interesting. Has anyone played around? I was watching, I think it was on Instagram. Some woman is trying to do 1 hour open houses once, like on a Saturday for 1 hour. Has anyone like played with that idea yet? I think Michael Smith was playing around with it too. I think it's kind of a cool idea to see. They said there's a 1 hour slot that like just forces people to come in because 2 hours is typical,
Mhm.
but it does get spread out. But if you do 1 hour, then it forces them to come in that hour and adds a little bit more pressure to it.
And is it like the 1 to 2?
It's like
or
Saturday, yeah, like maybe like 1 to 2.
Okay, but just a short window.
Yeah, short window. I thought it'd be kind of cool if you guys, especially this summer, if you guys are doing open houses, but maybe you don't want to spend 2 hours sitting there and you just want to cram it all
That
in
could
1
be
hour
useful if
once
you
a
want to
week.
do like 2 or 3 open houses in
Yeah,
the same day. If you
true.
want to like scoot around and just have a little route for yourself and just
Yeah.
maximize
I
it.
mean, it's not silly. Like, in Toronto, right? If you come from Wollongong, they come from downtown,
Yeah.
traffic.
I mean, if you give them an hour, they can leave earlier.
That's a good question though.
But
So,
yeah.
so if people see an open house, is it like a destination for someone to go to an open house, or is it inspirational that they're already in
They're
the
just,
area,
like, in the area and
driving
they
around,
see it?
walking around, and they see it? Like, do
I think
people-
they target to
I
go
think they
to
target,
it.
and so they got to plan around their day. An hour, someone coming from Toronto,
Yeah.
that might not work if they want.
Well, they'll just leave earlier. No?
I don't think
I
people
don't know.
plan like that. But I think
I just thought it was a cool marketing idea too. Just be like, hey guys, 1 hour, you get one shot. I think it's more for marketing more than anything
Yeah.
for yourself and something to stand out a little bit. So maybe
I could even see it in the evening too. And
Yeah, like a Thursday.
Yeah. Sebastian was saying he did open house at Simcoe Saturday and Sunday, 6 groups through total. The neighbor also had an open house, 599, so kind of different products. But he says 4 of 6 were from the other property, so they were there to see the 599. Kind of scooted over to see his. Maybe one serious buyer out of that. So, just did road signs and things like that.
For you guys that are hosting open houses, don't get defeated if you guys don't get anything from it. One of our agents has been hosting them for probably like 6 months pretty consistently now, and she finally got a buyer and a seller actually from it. I think I don't know if they bought that listing, but they bought something and she got a listing out of it. But it did take her about 6 months, very consistently doing them all over the place. So if you guys are doing them once and you're like, oh, didn't get a client from it, like don't get disheartened by it. It's kind of like any other prospecting method, but she's not here right now. Otherwise I'd ask her more details on it, but she did get a buy sale out of it.
Yeah.
Another one of our agents got a buy sale out of one 2 years ago. They moved to, I might be lying, but the East Coast, and now, the West Coast. They moved to Calgary and now they're coming back and now they're buying another house. So he's getting 3 transactions out of an open house that he did just a couple of years ago. So I like the open house method.
I had a referral from a realtor. They made him an open house, husband and wife. They both are doctor.
Oh yeah.
They got a $1.5 million lead. They are serious. They are ready to put
Yeah.
an offer. So
And you guys have an app for open houses now too, right?
Yeah.
Or working on it. You're in the pilot phase. Do you guys have enough testees for it?
Yeah, 4 people has.
Okay. So we'll look out for that
Someone from
too.
the office is doing.
Okay, perfect. So that's good.
That's good.
Is it just like a sign-in sheet?
Yeah, sign-in sheet with the AI pull off on the test.
That's helpful.
That's very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You want to jump into that, or you want to summarize what the call today was? More succession planning today, right?
Yeah, we did a succession planning coaching session. Claire, Carly, and I did one. I think it was in February. We did one a little bit more detailed, but we just watched 3 agents just talk about how they do succession planning, which is selling their book of business. Just some tips if you guys are thinking, whether you're new in the business and you're thinking about retirement right now. They were talking about the best businesses that they were looking to when they're buying them is an organized database. So someone that actually has a CRM with contact information. Those are the best books of business to buy. So if you guys are in the new process, make sure you guys are being on top of your CRMs if you have the thoughts of selling your business in the future. Or if you are thinking about selling your business right now, maybe it is a time to think about, hey, is my database organized? Do I have phone numbers, email addresses, all that stuff in order to pass it on? We talk about that all the time. They talked about different buyout structures, whether they were paying. We talked a lot about this in our session, but some of the times you can do a referral fee. So anytime someone buys from their database, you just give that agent a referral over time. Another agent had an actually upfront payout, but hers was a 5-year payout. So once a year, they give her I think a percentage of the commission of a certain amount over 5 years time. So there's a couple different ways that you can do it. Another agent does, Claire tried to, I don't know, we might have to look more into it, but said that he gives 12.5% of every transaction for 3 years to that agent. So they gave it a 3-year max. Whatever deal came in from that database, they gave 12.5% referral fee. Claire thinks that maybe it was 25%.
I thought they were partners already, and one partner was leaving.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
So instead of 25%, though, it was 12.5%, and then he got to keep it. But and then they said if it does go outside that 5 years or 3 years after the sale, they called it like a after sale compensation. So once in a while, there may be like someone that's not in that database, but a friend reached out to them and they said, hey, my friend that I went to the gym with is looking to buy. And then they would give them a 25% referral. So there's many different ways that you guys can do this. I found another interesting one. They were talking about if you were buying a book of business from a $1 million producer, which is a lot of sales, probably like 100 sales a year. And that agent wanted 50-50. And one guy said he wouldn't take it because when he calculated the cost of his business, sometimes it would cost him more than 50% for that client or for that listing to do advertising and marketing and staging and all that. And then at the end of the day, the 50-50 didn't make sense. But if you're doing 25%, it made more sense for him. So you really do have to understand what the cost of each transaction is when you guys are going to transactions like this. But those were some interesting tips. One girl said that she sold her big business to a man. She said if she did change it, she would have chosen a same-sex realtor. So she said a lot of her clients did like that she was a female, but she did sell to a man, and some clients did push back on it. So those were some thoughts she didn't really put too much thought into. And then there was a critical illness clause, which I thought was interesting. So if that buyer had died, they had like what was going to happen if the buyer of the business died before the deal was closed. So thought that was an interesting. So
that's
she
a
had
good one.
lawyers and everyone involved. So
They
it's a
actually
big
had
process.
Not just a clause, they actually had a life insurance policy
Yes.
on that would
Oh yeah, if they
fund-
died, then it would
but if they
fund
passed
the
away,
deal.
she would still get her share of what she was owed for the business. So that's really smart because you think about yourself passing. You don't think about the
Because
person
when you're
buying your
retiring, it's
business
old, yeah.
passing before you. That could happen. So that was really smart. And I like that in each case, it was different.
Everyone.
It was depending on their business and their profile, their marketing strategies, their budgets, and every single business model was a little different. That one person said, we have all these different succession plans and teams, but they're all paid out a little differently depending on what the circumstances are. So you can get really creative, right?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of retired people that are ready to retire, but they don't know how to retire. We've got a lot of young agents that want to improve their business or increase their business. So there's lots of opportunities just in our own brokerage for that as well. So if you guys are thinking about that, I think a conversation with Claire or us would be good. Yeah.
I think what happens too, and then my experience with agents has been in business for a long time. I think what happens, a lot of agents will get out of the business, but in their mind, but not their body. So,
Physically
so
show up.
like the physically show up, but they're really not doing anything. And what they'll do, they'll generate business that comes to them. So in other words, if somebody phones them, a past client or somebody contacts them, then they'll do the business. But if nobody contacts them, then they're not doing anything.
Like they're not doing reach outs and stuff.
They're not sort of doing anything, right? And then what happens eventually, if you're not active, you're not being active trying to generate business, then that referral business generally goes away and just
To someone.
And then there's no business to sell.
just disappears.
Yeah.
And I understand why, because the agent thinks, well, I'll take a deal here and there, or these are my clients, so I can't give them to somebody else. So they like me, they love me. They're not going to deal with somebody else, so I'm not going to do that either. So I know there's all kinds of reasons.
Yeah. The girl
why to
mentioned
do
that too. Sometimes the client still wants the original agent, some semi-involved, even if they're just like on a text message or email thread, and they'll charge more actually referral for that if they're involved. Otherwise, they'll take a lower fee to not be involved. But
Yeah.
there's
What I
options.
also see happening is a lot of agents in their minds, and could be true, but in their minds, nobody's going to treat their clients like they do. They treat the clients right. They treat the client properly. They follow up. They do all the things that they do, and no other agent's going to do what they have done with the past. So they'd rather not give that client to somebody.
Yeah.
So the guy they said it does take a lot of trust
Right.
when you're selling your business to have someone that will.
And and deep down, this is what I believe. I believe that a lot of agents have been around for a long time. I'm talking a long time without technology. They have all their contacts in their phone, and that's it.
No CRM.
There's no CRM. There's no newsletters going out. There's no system going on, right? So I think that's an issue as well. But that could all be fixed. It's easy to fix. We had an agent years ago that he because everybody's watching these things online. I'm not going to mention names.
Yeah, exactly.
But he spent his whole career there looking for new business, and then he decided that he wanted to retire. And then the last 3 years in business, then he thought, gee, I want to sell my business. I better get a database. So he got his database, and he started creating systems so he got a hold of his past clients, which he had never done before. And then he sold that business off. So had he done that from day one, the business would have been worth more than what it was.
Mm-hmm. We do know of an agent too who has been successful at doing it in two ways. One is reaching out to his current database all the time consistently, but now when he's getting ready to retire, the message is, hey, I'm still in touch. I'm going to introduce you to my new team. They're going to help you take on. They're exactly like me. They're going to work same. They've been vetted by me, and they meet the clients, and there's already trust there. It's just an easy transition. The other thing that person is doing is he came from a paper world where it was paper newsletters, paper mailers, paper. And some of these systems got cut off altogether. I think it was Morris Marketing.
Yeah, we were talking about last week a little bit.
And so his script was now in an email, getting an email. So first of all, it's a phone call. Can I have your email address to put in my database? If he already had an email, it's, hey, by the way, the service is stopping, but we're going to do email campaigns.
I just want you to know I'm still in the business.
I'm still in business, and you're going to receive emails from me very soon. Take care. So there's two kind of active forms of communication in terms of what they're going to receive now from the new people. It's going to be all digital. but it was a nice transition, and it starts with trust, right?
Because your clients, I know you guys think about your clients all the time, but if they don't see your name pop up as often, or maybe you did newsletters and all of a sudden you stop doing them, they're literally going to think you went out of the business. Like you're not doing it anymore. It's same thing as social media. If you stop posting for like a month, they're going to be like, well, he must not be practicing anymore. Like it is a consistency game for sure. Same with farming. If you've been farming an area, you pull back on those like postcards, they're going to think you stopped. So clients can get over you very quick.
Yeah. So those people that did do Morris marketing or did physically mail something to a house every month, which I think is still a good idea. There's still other people that do. I still think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, those people that did send that mailer to the house, now that mailer's no longer there. So what do we do now? We're going to replace it with an email address?
I think so.
But there's got to be 2 mail addresses because you've got a Mr. and Mrs.
Correct. Yep.
So it used to be the old days we'd send a mail to Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right? But now you can't do that anymore. So now you got to have individual emails for both of them. You got to treat them as individual people.
I'm pretty sure on our CRM, we treat each client as a separate person.
Yeah.
We don't even put them as a couple. We put them individually.
So the old world there, if you're still doing that, if you're still Mr. and Mrs. Smith there, you got to think twice about it because, you know.
Yeah. Now that said, we still have couples that share an email address.
So yeah,
too.
we've got some couples that share emails, which is kind of cute.
It'll be, Sandra and Mike at hotmail.com or something. They share it.
Yeah, we might think it's okay, right? But all of a sudden the person that reads the emails is out of the house now. He's not there anymore. And the other person's taken over. They don't know you from Adam because the email's been going to the other person.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Maybe that person.
And that's the advantage of sending something to the house. It goes to all the parties in the house, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you're thinking about doing that, then think 5 years from now. What are we going to do today, right? So that's how you do it. So you guys tell me about the market. What's going on in May? Was May a good market, bad market, recovery market? Looking at Nelson here and Ginny, and what do you think?
I felt a little more active.
I found the first 2.5 weeks in May was very, very strong. And I found the last week and a half not as strong.
Yeah, that's correct actually, or just less people calling.
All right. Did anybody notice that as well? Okay.
We usually go based on you guys calling us.
All right.
Last Saturday, I submitted one offer. Same client. I'm losing offer for last 4 weeks.
It's the same one we were dealing with before.
13 offers.
13 offers. Wow.
In my absence, Purve showed the property. I managed the offer. He told me you are number 2, and we were firm, no conditions.
Mm-hmm. So you're probably lower price but firm, and they like.
So you're competing against 12 other offers?
Yeah.
And did you win?
No.
Still not.
Still not, eh?
What I'm worried about, all last 4, same client, I lost 4 times. Always the price range 1.3, plus minus 30,000. The area is Thornhill.
Is what? What's the area?
Thornhill.
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 So Thornhill, the 1.3
So their
range
budget's
is popular.
1.3 is pretty tough for Thornhill, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's on the
And that too, I mean, earlier we were looking for something with a finished basement, rentable, whatever it is. This property, we went up to 1.27. Nothing, just finished basement. No separate rental, no bedroom, no rentable.
What did it sell for?
For 800.
What did it sell for?
I don't know.
It's conditional?
I'm just waiting for it.
Just like refresh.
Yeah. So obviously, if I lost with the firm offer, they must have given it to somebody with a firm offer too.
Firm or more money.
Yeah. 13 offers, I'm looking for something that
So this client's put 4 offers in now with you? And how many with the other agent?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, and there, I think 1 offer too.
Just 1? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So that's going back to like 2022 strategy. What's your budget? How high can you go? That becomes your next offer.
He is also making the mistake. His budget approval is 1.35, but the moment it touches 1.3, he is like.
Mm-hmm.
Like-
Yeah,
So the strange part, okay, so you have 13 offers at a property in Thornhill at 1.3 was the list price?
999.
999 was list price. So you know that what was your valuation? Forget about your client's valuation. What was your thought?
My valuation, I mean,
1.6 probably.
when I said we will go up to 1.250, we went up to 1.270.
And
What
could
was
have
the
sold
worth?
for probably 1.3 probably.
What do you think it's worth though?
I think.
Would your value higher than your clients?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
I didn't see that properly. Purvesh, I was.
Okay.
Oh, right.
So.
Mhm.
What's
No, but the
Suppose-
message is that you're telling them go higher.
Sorry?
What's the address?
45 Langdon.
45.
Beep,
Last
beep, 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 beep. Sorry, we can't see addresses on YouTube.
Text it. It does take us down.
It takes it down. We have to edit
Oh,
it.
really?
I can't do
Yeah.
CMA training videos online because
People are
YouTube
actually-
takes it right down.
People at Google are paying attention, or
Yeah.
YouTube. You know?
I'm sure AI is scrubbing it now.
So sales for May, anyways, they're up 6.3%, which is strong. It's 6,500 sales. We haven't had 6,500 sales now for some time, so that was good news. The 6,500 sales. So what do I have here now?
Yeah, no, we will only have prices. We wouldn't have, you only have
January
price for,
sales?
like number of sales by month, but not by the year.
Okay, so did you print out the May one? Let's see. I printed out the wrong one.
No, it still won't show you though. It's just going to show you this year.
Yeah, that's fine. So we got 6,500. Last month was 5,900. Month before 5,000. Month before 3,800. Then 3,000. So it was awful, right? So it's actually going the right direction. Last May we also had 65, so 6% ahead of last May. Last June we had 6,100. So May of last year, June of last year, very similar months. So if June this month's going to be similar as well, it'll be around 6,500, which is okay. It's better than 3,000 in January and February, right? It's awful. Average price, $1,069,000. So the average price has gone from, I'll start in, let's say, November last year. Now let's start December. December last year was $1,006,000. And then it went to $968,000 in January average price. And then February it's $1,007,000. Then $1,016,000 for March, $1,052,000 for April, and $1,069,000 for May. So we've gone up now, 5 months in a row the prices have gone up. And the sales have gone up.
Yeah.
So that's good news, right? So that's very encouraging.
So for your people that are saying waiting for prices to go down, like we're still trending, like 2022 was 119, that was the highest. 2023 was 1131. So we're still under 2024, but we're going up from this year. So we're on an upward trend now as of this month compared to January.
Which good or bad, we don't know.
It is.
We're
what it
trying to
is.
do affordability.
If you're
but-
waiting for prices to go down, you were too
They're
late.
going
So you
up.
gotta get in, right?
So the buyers may have missed the bottom, basically.
Yeah. For 2026.
2026.
The average price itself, we said, was minus 6.5% from last year. Prices themselves, so detached houses only dropped 2.8% in the 416, and they dropped 8.6% in the condos. 905 area.
No.
Sorry, I'm looking at January here.
No.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, whoa. Let's just put this one here. Okay.
Why did I print out that one?
I don't know. My brain was having a hard time too.
So it doesn't, I was giving an answer, so it doesn't make sense either.
Okay, sorry.
Do that again, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the sales themselves are minus 6 point...
Up 6.3%.
Yeah, I'll use this one here.
Okay.
So the sales are up 6.3%. The active listings were actually down. Sorry, total active listings were down 13%. So last year we had 31,000 active listings. This year's 26,000, almost 27,000. Months of inventory 4.1. So we've always said that 4 has been sort of the area between the buyer and seller. So it's actually creeping down a little bit because last year it was 5-1. So we're starting to get a little more advantage for the sellers, right? 27 days on the market average, but I'm sure council relist is probably 40.
Yeah.
98% is the average list to sales ratio. Number of sales year to date, minus 1.4. New listings are down 19%. So what's going on there? So new listings are down and sales are up. So that's going to be, that goes back to the 4.1 months of inventory.
Yeah.
So that's
Even back to a seller's market, maybe?
So is that telling me that it's going back to, well,
We're about balance.
It's starting to balance a little bit there. So I wonder
I think we're stabilizing.
if we hit the
But
bottom.
we're slowly heading.
I think it's going to be pocket driven. I think it's
It
just
is.
kind of on the areas like you're talking
In
Thornhill
condos,
1.3 is
first
crazy.
town,
And
yeah.
your CO1, I think it's going to be really hyper market driven right now. But as an overall whole, looks like we're kind of stabilizing.
If I do the first 7 days in June, we got 27,000 active listings, 16,000 freehold, 11,000 condos. Vacancies gone down a little bit. It's actually 31% of the properties are vacant, so that's interesting too. Sales themselves are actually up 7% for the first 7 days in June versus first 7 days last year, up 7%. Sales over asking, about 21%. Only 12% of condos are going over asking, 26% of freeholds are going over asking. So that's interesting, right? Daily 222, that's strong. Projected month ends will be with 6,600 sales. That's good. 4.2 months of inventory. Compared to the first 7 days of May, we're actually up 5% as well. So leases are up 16,000 active leases, 7 freeholds, 9 condo. Leases themselves are up 3% from last year, and they're up 3% from May.
Everything's just up.
So
a little.
it seems to be strong.
Feels-
Seems to be. Do you guys feel the same? Do you guys feel the market's changing just a little bit? No. Starting to. No.
I think everyone's too scared to admit that it is because we've been doing that for 3 years. We're like, okay, it feels better, and then we like come back down. So no one's going to admit that anything's better or fine. We're just taking it day by day. You know, we track sales daily at the brokerage, and I can tell for sure June has already picked up a little bit. But it may be similar to May, where the first 2 weeks were kind of a lot of activity and really exciting, and then we'll see.
We're
what
like
happens.
cautiously optimistic.
We'll see what happens the next 2 weeks, right? Like nothing's
Because we're in
certain.
summer market too.
I feel conflicted on this because I feel like I'm looking at these properties and any of the ones that we want to go after that they've bought in the last 7 years, the sellers are not aligned to what's going on.
So
Which
sellers
is
are
our
still
job
low
to
line,
keep
but-
them down a little bit.
But the ones that are aligned are definitely selling
That's
and definitely getting multiple offers.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of that where property is just sitting, and then they'll get. I'm surprised. 13 offers. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't sell at all.
Does it say
No,
sold conditional?
He said we signed it.
Okay.
Signed it back.
No, listing agent sent me a message. You sold it to another.
Sold. Okay.
That guy bought in
I have
2016
seen
though.
I have seen some
He's
though.
not the seller that I'm concerned about.
So the guys that bought in the last 3 or 4
Yeah.
years, other guys are
Even 7 years, I'd
holding.
say.
They're holding tough,
Yeah.
huh?
We've
But-
seen it where like they list high and nothing, and then they list low with an offer date, get multiple offers, and then they don't list, and then they list like 20K under what they originally had it under. So like some sellers are not.
Claire, he said the same thing, but out of 39 offers are
Bad.
below asking price.
Below asking.
So here we go. All right. So
Below 90.
I'm gonna say something here. Everybody's getting mad at me. What I'm gonna say here, but it's okay. A lot of agents are just putting in offers because that's what the buyer wants.
Or
Yeah.
they don't know what it's
There's-
worth.
But that is what the buyer wants. What am I
And-
supposed to
and-
tell
and what-
them?
and what-
No.
And here's what's going on. Everybody thinks there's 13 offers. Oh my God, right? So
my God.
so the 3 or 4 offers that are truly in the game, the other people are jacking up that price.
Yeah, it's their fault.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, they're coming in at 1.1, and you say list for 1.3, or they're coming at 1.1, 1.15, thinking they do it, and the properties are 1.6. I mean, it's whatever it was, right? So that's what I see happen. Now, some bigger things. I've got Brian here now. I see some bigger things going on. Everybody paying attention to the stock market?
Yeah.
When I say the stock market, I'm talking about your RSP. So let me just rephrase that.
Yeah.
Does anybody here have any RSPs?
Yes.
Because last week I said anybody here in the stock market, I never know. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
anybody says RSPs, all of a sudden puts up their hands. Okay,
Actually,
so
everyone should invest in SpaceX. It's coming
Oh
up
my
soon.
gosh. You guys don't do RSPs to like lower your income a little bit?
so the market on Friday morning, Thursday night, Friday morning, jobs came in and jobs increased. So that's good news, right? Then why did the stock market die on Friday?
It's so funny.
It was on Thursday. On Friday it died. I haven't checked today.
I haven't checked today.
So jobs have increased
Usually.
and jobs go and the market goes down. What's happening is reversed, right? What they're worried about is because the job increases up, they're concerned about inflation and they're talking about increasing the interest rates.
No.
Trump said he doesn't want it though.
I don't care what
Oh,
Trump.
yeah.
I don't care what Trump.
I heard him all the bad reasons why we shouldn't do that. Yeah.
So now the question for the buyers out there is, why am I waiting? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Because if the rates go up, it's going to be more expensive to buy that same house.
Correct.
And the rate announcement is it's soon, right?
It's
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh,
Wednesday.
Tuesday.
For us, not for America.
For us, okay? Then we don't care about America, right? So if you've got a buyer and then the rates do go up a little bit, then you've got those buyers that are hanging around. They got to think about doing it now because this is the bottom.
You don't think that?
But then the prices might go down, no?
Mr. Seller,
The sell.
interest rates are going up.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that price you want to get.
Yes.
So you better let
He's
it go
talking
now.
on the seller's perspective, not the buyer's.
The first one's the buyers.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking seller. So in both cases, I can have an argument. Today's the time to do something. Either way.
Wait, what do I say to the buyer?
Interest
It's going
rates
to be
are
more
going up.
expensive monthly.
It's going to be more, that $100,000 mortgage is going
Same
to cost you
house.
more on Thursday than it does today.
So your monthly goes up.
Mhm.
I think we're at the end. I think we've hit the bottom.
Even
Should we just leave the rates alone? Let's just leave the rates.
Even the condo world, except for the sellers that bought in the last couple of years, they're going to hang on to a price anyways. They're just not going to sell, right? But the guys that bought, the guys that bought in 2016, the ones that truly want to sell, I think we're at the end there. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
Inventory's gone down. Sales gone down. Inventory's gone down. What happens? Inventory goes down.
prices go up.
Prices go up.
Yeah, that's the trigger. I think if inventory active listings were increasing more than last year, it would be a different scenario. But that's actually decreasing every week.
Yeah.
There's not as many new listings coming out, so that's going to create this nice little.
Yeah. As far as condos go, my opinion, you cannot build a condo for any less money.
True.
Yeah, like they're already at the.
Like the build, like the builders are already at $900 a square foot. Let's say new product downtown. New product is what, $1,100, $1,100. Let's say new stuff. They can't sell any cheaper. It's costing $1,100 to build.
Yes.
All right. So that's the end of that. Resale condos are about $800 a square foot average.
Mhm.
The small stuff that was like minus 500 square feet, no parking, that stuff's doomed. I mean, that's going to go cheaper. It's going to go to the 300s if it isn't already.
Yeah.
But the stuff that's the 2-bedroom, the 1+1s, the one even, and parking, those are going to be fine.
Yeah.
Because you can't build any cheaper. That's as cheap as they're going to get.
I think the other concern too is all these small micro units that they're converting into furnished rentals. Like people don't want to rent them either. They don't want to buy them. They don't want to rent them. They don't want anything to do with these micro units. They don't want them. So I think they have to be student rental or something. Like who else is left to occupy?
Has to go down to a price that's going to make it very
Students,
attractive.
executives.
I'm still
stuff.
reading, we were debating this last week too. There's still an article. Some Toronto condos are selling for less than 2017 prices. Has the market hit a new low? You were arguing like you haven't seen 2017 prices yet, right? So even they're kind of debating. Some people are saying 2019 prices. Some people are saying 2017 prices. But what they all agree on is that these micro units they're gonna hurt later. And so unless the developers can think of some ways to make these units bigger, I know some are talking about trying to combine 2 micro units to make it like a nice livable space. But because of the way buildings are designed and the plumbing stacks, it ends up being like 2 like just units with like a bridge. Like it's not a true sort of nice layout that they're looking for. I tried to do my own research on the average pricing to see if you could figure out what they were in Toronto. So I took a look at 2017 CO1 Niagara. I picked 51 East Liberty as a data point because there's a lot of sales in there. So 22 1-bedroom, 1-bath with parking, 22 units sold in that building 2017. The average price was $475,000, let's call it. I'd use the same building in a 1-year period current. There's only about 8 sales, so a little bit less of a data point, but the average sale was $585,000. So it's still not 2017 prices necessarily, probably is closer to that 2019 mark, but they're definitely not going to get, it's kind of where it
Those
is
guys
right
need
now.
to be selling.
They need to be
Those
selling.
2017 buyers.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, I mean, prices for sure for condos are going to go down, but I think like your single family houses are going to.
It's important to note too, because I've had a lot of Durham agent, like guys in our office that have Durham listings or even Uxbridge, and they're listing at these prices for 1-bedrooms for 5 something or 4 something even. But we need to, when you guys are listing the Durham properties, you also kind of got to look at what they're selling downtown because they're selling for less than what people are listing these Durham condos for. And people aren't paying attention to the Toronto condo market. But if you can buy a downtown condo for that, why would you spend that in Uxbridge, for example, or Durham? So it's very interesting right now with condo pricing.
Yeah, the only benefit that 905 Durham side has is that there's less condos. So the condos that are there are desirable because there's not as many as there are in the core. And generally, they were built for a different lifestyle. Like if you think about your Whitby Harbor, those were built with like, you know,
And
bigger
seniors,
layouts.
more seniors are there.
And so the build a little different out in Durham than I would say downtown Toronto. I would, in the past 10 years, when you get to new builds in the past 3 years, and I wouldn't even be looking at those things for condos.
The
But
builders are busy in Durham, and one of the builders, they sold the whole block. And after that, they raised the price 10,000 more.
Yeah. Is that in New Seaton area or where in Durham?
Yeah.
Pickering?
Seaton?
Right there on in Minto communities.
Minto communities. Yeah. Yeah. So I
They
mean,
raised the price.
yeah.
They raised it.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the HST.
Well, that's their style. That's they can, right? Once they sell the first block, that's kind of their natural progression. They know what they could get, right? What are you guys seeing in the new build world? Are your clients asking you about new
Guys,
construction?
are we okay with 1,000 a square foot here for downtown?
Yeah.
I think it's
For
pocket.
resale?
Yeah.
No, about eight. Well, it depends.
I think
C,
it's
C,
Durham,
C1
it's
C1 could be at 1,100, but once you get away from C1, it goes down from
Like
there.
CO8, I would be lower. If you go up north, Midtown would be lower.
If C1 was the center of the storm, then it goes down from there. So $1,100 for resale down to C1, and then it spreads out from there. So out in Scarborough or Pickering, it's probably 800.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We sold Markham there. Did find it as a firm yet or no?
Not here.
Okay, so never mind.
And that's Scarborough?
That'll be for next week.
It was sold in Markham, but it didn't sell for what they wanted originally. But anyways, it's
Some of the older Scarborough ones are struggling right now on the status certificate because there's not enough funds in them. So they're getting rejected by the lawyers right now.
Yeah, there's
Really?
some very old
Curious if that is
condos
possible.
in Scarborough. Mm-hmm.
If you go back to like 29,
Mm-hmm. Keep going if you have a condo. Same thing. Don't count it at any time soon.
yeah. The Toronto condo market rebounds soon. Don't count anytime soon. But I don't know. I still talk about lifestyle. I mean, it's still condos are. You still got to talk lifestyle. I mean, downtown living is completely different than
Oh, yeah.
than uptown, and very different than Durham and Uxbridge and everywhere else too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
another argument an agent made to me last week because they did offer date and they had no offers. Yeah, it's just like, that's okay. The first 2 weeks of June, that always happens because all the parents are focused on their kids when back to school.
There's always an excuse for something. The weather finally is nice, but nope. They're busy with school.
Come with all the reasons why the price should not come down.
Yeah, like
Sound
Busy with school now. Yeah.
like a good seller. Just going back to interest rates. So what do you think, Fran? What's your guess on interest rates for, you say Wednesday? What do you think?
You hold.
You think it's going to be a hold?
Let's hope.
I mean,
I'll be locking in as soon as that goes up once.
if they're worried about inflation, I don't know. I think they're going to hold it too. I think it's too early.
I think the shock value. Yeah, if it's too shocking
Yeah,
to
I think
increase
it's,
it.
yeah, it's too early right
It'll
now.
ruin things.
Yeah.
But I do think it's possible this year it could increase
And this war is not ending.
like that.
They're starting to do
It's
it
getting
more and
worse.
more and more.
It's
I
getting
mean,
worse. Mhm.
Imagine if that war ended. Imagine if the tariffs ended. Imagine
yeah.
if the market would take off, would it not?
And if it doesn't,
Then they would just have another pandemic to get that
And then
market
the
going.
prices will increase and back where we were before, right?
It's true.
what's that virus that's going around the
It's a new
Haka?
virus.
Hanta?
That's what boosted our last market.
Yeah.
So.
I could use a 2-week break.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding.
They were reporting last year about 1.6 million people are going to be renewing their mortgage this year. That doesn't necessarily mean that all those people can't qualify or can't renew their mortgage, right? A lot of these people have been planning for this, but they are saying now about 10% of Toronto mortgage holders won't be able to requalify. And those are a combination of things where the equity is not in the home anymore. So maybe they've over leveraged the house. Price of that house is not worth what the lender is willing to loan on anymore. Their jobs have changed, or income has changed. And so for all those reasons, there's actually 10% of people that cannot renew and that will have to sell. I thought the number would be higher. This is just based on Toronto stats as well. But I think that makes more sense to me than a stat of saying 1.6 million are going to renew.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 10% of people won't be able to requalify. So that means they're going to be selling. But those are the people who can't sell for the price they need to clear the mortgage. So that's where you're going to get into maybe some litigation lawyers, or maybe making a payment plan with that lender. So that's where you're gonna have to get really creative as well. But
Or you don't have to do anything.
just walk away.
No, just stay there.
I was going to say, do you have to requalify when they refinance, or you just stay on it?
You don't have to. You don't have
Yeah.
to sell.
These are people that are saying they may actually not take away their commitment.
Oh, the privates.
Yeah.
Private loan say, okay, so the private loan says, I only give you 1 year mortgage. I'm not going to renew it.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're with like a type A, it just renews, right?
Yeah, no, these
they're
are-
not going to ask you to
With
requalify.
the negative equity on.
Yeah. No, these are people where they're actually gonna like pull back their current financing. So these are not,
But this is one of the reasons inventory is down as well. I think that kind of washed out 2021.
Mm.
Big people. So the
Wait, why do you
it's
think?
been way through, right?
Why do you
It's the
think?
peakest time like 5 years back.
So why would inventory be down?
They're not selling anymore.
They're not. They can't sell it for
They
what they
can't
can, so they're just
sell.
gonna figure it out and make it work and stay in it.
They'll just take
until
the
they hit,
higher
which is what they
payment.
should do, honestly. I know of some situations where the money that they sell their house for won't clear the mortgage, but they've come to terms with that fact. They're coming up with the money on their own from family or elsewhere to pay off the difference, because they know in the short term it's better to still sell that house and take the loss today than still keep paying those increased mortgage payments. So
And then they
that,
can buy a bigger house at the same payment.
or rent or do what they
Yeah.
need to do. So in those situations, you have to be kind of savvy and understand and be ready to take the hit and take a loss and pay the difference of what you owe and walk away. So that will happen very rarely because it's hard to do that. But I am seeing situations where that is working and deals will close and agents will still get paid on those as well. So those are really tough conversations to have.
I mean here that townhouses are the flavor right now.
Yep.
Used
Condo
to be the condos was the flavor.
townhouse.
Everybody's doing condos, but now it's going to be townhouses.
Especially urban townhouse. Every builder has an urban townhouse.
Yeah. Just an urban townhouse, just so you know, urban towns are like the
Stack.
like there's 2 and 2, right? We used to call them stacked townhouses, urban townhouses. 2 or back to back. You get like 4 units back to back or else. But I mean stuff like the roofs are, all those flat roofs are going to be problems years from now.
Flat roofs
The
are
flat
problems.
roofs are going to be an issue later on, right?
Those are a problem.
But everybody's doing the condos or the townhouses.
Yeah, and they're saying too, like townhouses outside of the GTA, because what you can buy a townhouse for, you can get a condo for in the city. So they're going out a little bit and getting a proper townhouse outside of the core.
Are they saying condo townhomes or freehold?
Freehold townhouses.
Yes. People love freehold townhomes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not interested in the fees and they want to kind of have it themselves. But yeah, I'm reading areas like Waterloo, Brampton, Mississauga, Caledon, Oakville, like beyond, like not just Toronto. These are kind of outside the Toronto. There was a particular project that sold out in 1 week because the prices were in the 600,000s. So that makes sense to
Yep.
get a townhouse, right?
Yep.
With parking, drive to work, near the GO station. So there's still opportunities there. And I am reading that the rebate is boosting pre-construction sales a little bit as well.
But you see what happened there? What somebody here was saying here, that a builder sold out, and then the next phase they jacked their prices up $10,000.
Yep. They got what they needed.
So this is what we said before. Even though the builders are going to give 13% discount on the HST, but they themselves establish what the base price is, so they can make the price wherever they want. So it's kind of a funny little thing there. Right?
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, they're saying because the new HST expires in 1 year, it's creating a bit of like a surge right now to get something that's going to be finished by then. So I haven't seen it a ton here in terms of like, I'm getting questions and inquiries, but I haven't seen a ton of like firm deals. But I am reading it's taking away some of the attention on the resale market as people kind of divert, because there is opportunities outside the core to actually get a detached single family house, right?
I think what's also happening there, a lot of builders are confused because the federal government, did they ratify their yeah, or is that still up there?
Still saying, still unclear. They're still waiting.
So I think a lot of builders are still confused of how it's going to work, and they really haven't.
But they benefit from that confusion because all they're marketing machines. They're really good at marketing. They hire these marketing companies to market it and put together these packages and make it fun with little asterisks at the bottom, and that's what they're built for. They're marketing companies, right? So they benefit from the uncertainty because they get to be like, oh, I don't know, we didn't know, sorry. I don't know, but it sucks because people want new houses. They want newly constructed homes. They want to be the first ones to live in it. I have on my tails, just what we're seeing in trends. We have a bunch of clients right now. We get more as months go on looking for bungalows, like a nice bungalow, not a raised bungalow or a side split or a back split or a tiny thing in Scarborough, just like a nice bungalow with nice finishes,
almost like an
ready.
executive bungalow. Like they want luxury. They don't want like a basic Scarborough bungalow. They want something with some character that feels like a cheap story.
Not 100 years old.
Yeah,
yeah.
They want a nice one.
There's a lack of inventory for
Tall
stuff
ceilings.
like that. There's a lack of inventory in general, I think, for our
seniors,
our aging population.
Without having to leave their neighborhoods.
Yeah, like I've got one girl, it's going to cost her, she wants to go from Durham bungalow to a Scarborough bungalow closer to family. It's going to cost her 40 grand in land transfer tax just to do that move alone. Then she's got to pay commissions to sell and buy. It's 100 grand. just to make that move. There's no incentives for anybody over 70 to do that, but she's either got to go to a home or a condo. There's not a lot of options. Like, we're so focused on the first time buyers and getting them set up and getting them into the market. And I think that's so important. But I think we're missing an aging population. And it makes me wonder if our purpose-built rentals should be made for seniors. Like, should we be thinking about what our seniors need? Like, maybe
The ones
these
that aren't ready for homes.
maybe these stacked townhouses, the whole bottom level should be something
There needs
ground
to be no
level for
stairs.
seniors
Yeah,
to go into
no
and put the young
stairs.
people at the top. I don't know, but there's just some
no
see it
surface
around our clients.
parking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Young people are back. Claire, this HST rebate incentive is for first and second and third time buyer.
Of new
They
construction.
can still rent it out and get them for
No.
I think
It
that's over
has to
there.
be principal residence.
Correct. Yeah. No, I did read though there's a different plan. If you were going to rent it or assignment, there's another tier or something that they were going to
Maybe
try
it's
to
not
help.
the full refund.
yeah.
Or something.
But no, that's meant for people to buy it and live
It's a
in it.
good question because those companies out there that are buying that pre-construction inventory,
Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if they're getting the 13% discount
Correct.
because
yeah.
they're not principal users.
Yeah, and they reported saying that's the whole reason they're doing it is because
So
of
so
the-
you might be right. It might be anybody buying. May not be principal
Still
residence.
unclear.
still unclear. I don't. We'll find out.
It's unclear.
Buyer beware. Oh my gosh.
That's wild, actually.
Speaking of buyer beware, I just got a couple goofy things here. Goofy things.
Yeah, you're good. Mine are goofy too.
AI. Anybody use AI is getting everybody talk about AI.
I have it on my
AI,
thing.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know whether this is true or not. This is called the Do Humor Report. So I don't know whether it's true or not, this story here, but
I'm gonna say no based on what the title.
anyway, so this agent in Beverly Hills wanted to create an image. So she has a company here called Westside Luxury Group. And she decided that she was going to do the Beverly Hills market, $5 million, $10 million, $20 million properties. So what she would do is she would book appointments to go view these other properties, not her listing, other agents' listings. And they booked the appointment, and then she'd get there, and what she'd do is she'd set up a tripod and set up her cameras and set up her script,
God.
and she'd go on as if that's her listing. And she'd go in and look at this and look at that, and she'd get inside the bathtub and she'd look into, she's going touring the whole property there. And she's doing this for all these $11 million, $10 million properties, trying to create herself as a luxury brand agent.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out she was nothing.
Was she an agent at least? Like she was licensed?
It doesn't. They arrested her.
Oh. I was like, that happens all the
I'm
time.
like, people do it all the time.
So this is what again. This is AI for member
You should
here.
replace it.
So it says this person here was arrested on Saturday afternoon at Beverly Hills Mansion at Roxbury Drive. A homeowner says she spent 4 weeks impersonating a luxury real estate agent to gain access to multi-million-dollar homes to provide properties for content. She was a
But people do it a lot.
But she wasn't.
But she wasn't licensed. Okay, that's a whole other problem.
According to the report, she reached out to listing agent Instagram DM under the alias of Westside Luxury Group using a logo she created on Canva. She called herself a private client specialist, referral only. Investigators say she successfully booked 14 private showings. Surveillance said that she would book up, or surveillance video said she'd show up. Tripod, 2 iPhones, ring lights, the
On a
whole
Range
works there, a
Rover.
clipboard. And within minutes of getting there, she started touring the place. And then it doesn't go into details there. But anyway, so it's kind of funny how it was probably a good idea trying to
Well,
create
agents
a
do
brand.
that in themselves now, where they'll contact, we've had it where agents will contact us, say, hey, can we film in your listing? They're not bringing a client, but they just want to film content and put it on their social media. That does happen, but if she's not licensed, that's a little interesting.
Yeah, anyways, she's arrested for something. Anyways, and then this one here, this is sad news here, but I don't. Do you get any details on that?
I don't have the details. No, but it's sad.
So there's a broker record in a major company, Remax Escarpment, big company, huge company, Niagara Remax Escarpment, Remax Niagara, over 1,000 agents. Anyways, the guy died, and I go to AI, I go to, well, I guess it's AI, I go to
you go on the spam site.
I go to and find out how did he pass. And you wouldn't believe the stuff I've got. Holy smacks!
I was telling Katelyn
It's like
too.
spam websites.
It's all
very,
spam.
like,
Remember I told you a
spoof
couple
stuff.
weeks ago that people were publishing on funeral homes, like, so and so died, and to give flowers, push the button. It had nothing to do with the funeral home, nothing to do with the family, nothing to do with anything. It was a private company selling flowers.
Yeah.
Right, and they were delivering flowers. It wasn't that they weren't cheating. They weren't any, like, but it had nothing to do with the family, nothing to do with funeral home. but they had the guy's name, his obituary, everything else, and order flowers, click the button, order flowers, and these guys, they deliver flowers, but it was a flower company, nothing to do with anybody.
Some of them you'll even click and it's just like pure
So
spam.
now this poor guy here, he died. Somebody says he got shot. He says he was a Keswick agent. I know he's not a Keswick agent. I know he's a Niagara agent. He got shot in Keswick and somebody killed him and blah, blah, blah. And it just goes on and on with all these
And like the
posts.
top sites, it's like the first 5 that will come up will seem very legit, and you click on it and you want to see these pop-ups and very strange things.
So I had about 10 funeral home announcements and obituaries for this poor fellow here, and they're all fake. So the AI's
Yeah, it's crazy, but it is sad.
got to control it somehow.
Yeah. My AI thing was going to be careful with like your free trials and stuff. So there's going to be an AI for anything now. Anything you need to do, there will be some sort of app, AI widget, something for it. So just be really careful when you're clicking on things. Like you may be in a house, maybe you find like a measuring app and you're with clients and you've got to do the free trial just to use it. But just remember to cancel these things. Like you will get billed eventually. Nothing is free. So just watch out what you're clicking for. It's getting really inundated with lots of spammy type stuff now. So just watch what you're looking for online. Couple tales, Nelson, need to confirm too, is that offer we were working on last week with the listing, the board wanted the offer on a POTL form? Or what was the...
No, it was the community.
Yeah.
The
What form did they want in the end though, versus what we...
one of the mobile.
Okay, yeah. So we had a listing that was mobile home on leased land. It's Wilmot Creek, if you know that area. Those like mobile homes, Newcastle. There's a board of directors. There's some rules, community things. So I guess we had accepted an offer on a POTL form is what we had received, a parcel of tied land. And the board came back and said they wanted the offer on a mobile leased land form. It was like an association. So they were particular about what the form we use. So just something to watch for. We've got OREA forms. There's kind of a variety. You've got your freehold, your condo, your POTL. There's also a mobile home on leased land.
So was that sold then? Did it happen?
Yes, it's yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Did it sell?
Yep. Yep. Then when we
It's sold?
yeah, sorry, Senex shocked because it sold
Yeah, I'm
within
shocked
1
too.
week.
I didn't know that either.
Yes,
But you got to tell them that it was a for sale by
correct.
owner.
So yeah. So my main part of the story was on your offer. Just watch out for what you need. It was fixed and addressed, so that was fine. The other part of the sales part of the story, how we came to this lead, we had a listing in Coburg. We got a sign call from somebody that wanted to see the house. We showed that person the house. We learned that they had a listing with a COM-free in their area. They were under contract, of course. Yeah, I think about a year they were trying to sell this thing. They really liked the agent we had partnered them with. That listing expired. We got the listing. We did a beautiful marketing video. I mean, videos don't sell a house, but it was really nice. The clients liked it. Doesn't matter about what it did for the market. The clients loved this agent. They loved the video. They loved everything about a full service brokerage coming from somebody, basically a for sale by owner. And we sold it firm within 1 week.
In a week. Wow. That was
that just shows you if you're talking to clients, you're trying to get the listing from a FSBO or expired, it helps. The agent that you hire, we actually listed it for more money than that had listed at too. So it sold it for, sold it for more, listed more, sold it more within 1 week.
Case study.
So that's it was a pretty good real case study of a realtor lead. So your sign calls sometimes are actual. These are people.
I'd say sign calls are the best leads. That's why we always encourage you guys to get listings.
They didn't buy the house we listed. They bought something else totally different, listed with us. But yeah, so it's a whole bunch of lessons in that one little crazy story. This is sort of random. I don't know what made me, I know what made me think of it. It's more relevant now, but think about changing your lockbox codes. If you've got a listing that was really popular, you had it listed low, you had a whole bunch of showings in the door, you had a lot of activity, it sells.
Vacant.
You may want to consider changing your lockbox code. We had a situation where we had a lot of showings, we sold it. No, that's a different story. We told Steve last week when you weren't here, though. This is our listing. But we sold it. The guy did a buyer visit. That was normal.
But he wanted to rent it.
Well, he requested a buyer visit. And we didn't see it in time. So that buyer visit never got confirmed. And it was very short. It was like 3:19. It was 4 o'clock. So we didn't even see it. The clients didn't see it. But I had a feeling that the buyer visit was completed. I don't know. I called the guy and then he didn't answer right away. He ended up calling me back after. I said, hey, I just got your request now. Like, I was pretty last minute. Yeah, sorry. Did you go in the house? He goes, yeah, I did. I said, okay, great.
We didn't confirm it.
I didn't get him in trouble. I said, that's your second buyer visit. That's no problem. Like, I'm just going to record that as your second buyer visit. That completes your visits. We'll see you in closing in 4 weeks. I drove immediately to go change the code because I had a feeling that was not the only buyer
because he was
visit.
requesting to put it on Facebook Marketplace to lease it and asked if he could take tenants through it before it firms up, which we said yes. As long as you use it during your 2 buyer visits, you can do whatever you want with those visits, but that's all you get.
But do we get a call a week later? Can I do another buyer visit? Can I please do it? He was at the house trying to get it.
Oh, yeah. He was like at the home, I think, with a tenant calling me to ask if he could do it. I said no.
So you may want to change the lock.
And I think the neighbors told on him too and said he's been there a couple times with it.
I just had a feeling.
I would ask for 5 or 6.
Exactly. He should have.
Why not?
He honestly should have.
He can.
If you guys have a guy, like an investor that's planning on renting it out, it's vacant, it's a good idea to ask for 5 visits. So if you are bringing tenants, then you're not lying about it. We would have been okay with it, but then we just felt like they were intruding and breaking into the property.
Had he had been really forthcoming, upright, we may even let him do the last buyer.
We would have.
But because I had known he was there, who knows how many times.
I let him put ads up. I knew he was renting it.
But you never know who has that code. It's just a code. Many people have access to it. It doesn't hurt to just change it so it's vacant,
Yeah, and there's no cameras, so like no one really knew.
Yeah, people are sneaky out there.
Weird.
So.
Is it normal to ask 5 visits?
Well, we're saying if you have an investor client that plans on renting it, they don't need to move in first. They were going to rent it before closing. Maybe ask for a few more visits.
It's another 5.
It's something to explain to the seller why you're doing it, but
it's also 5 visits for you to have to go to.
Yes, true.
So,
it's also.
I remember when
on this situation, the agent was actually the buyer, which is the interesting part. So he was the licensed agent and the investor. So
when we first got into real estate, I was like, I'm going to be good and put 3 visits to show them I have extra service and I'm going to go above and beyond the standard. We're going to do 3. And then I realized I have to be there at those 3. We don't need 3. 2 is great.
Even with a condo, you have 1 visit.
You don't have to go above and beyond.
So you'd be shocked how many times agents go there without permission.
100%.
Or you'd be shocked how many times agents give the lockbox to their client because they're running late.
Yep.
And if you want to just double check it, go to the RICO website, rico.on.ca, go to enforcement, go to activities. And about every second one, somebody's getting fined $5,000 for giving lockbox codes out.
Yeah. We've seen it a couple times with giving it to the inspector too. And then they show up in the middle of the inspection, but they let the inspector go on.
Another thing you should be thinking about, this is one of Nelson's things here. If you've got a buyer that buys a property and you've got them on automatic search, every day they get searches.
Yeah.
And they buy a property last night. First thing you should do is turn off the showings.
Don't let them continue shopping.
Because they may have bought the property last night, but you haven't got the check yet. And another property came up this morning that looks better than the one they got. So another one look at that one instead of the one they bought.
That does happen.
And if you're a Senate, you're gonna be like, let's go see the other ones. So.
And then you got the agent. Well, it's my client. I got to help my client. And then you show the second one. Now you got yourself in a situation. So be careful with that too.
I remember 15, 20 years ago, there were days a revisit allowed.
Really? You just bought it and
Buy it and just
for that reason.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Just another trend I'm noticing, we've got a lot of first-time buyers, which is awesome, but their deposits are sometimes held in their RRSPs, and it takes some time to get those out. So they might be in like a Tangerine account or an RRSP or a TFSA. So if you're doing an offer, that has to be the standard offer is ready 24 hours, your deposit. So you either got to change that timing or do something to acknowledge the fact that it's going to take some time to get that deposit taken out. So don't be surprised. I've been seeing it. It's not 3 times last
You always make the mistake once.
Yeah.
You don't do it again.
But
usually you make that mistake once and then you know to ask your buyers where
it's part of your buyer's consult. Where is it coming from? Just so you know, at least 5% has to be ready within 24 hours. So be prepared. If you're actively searching, you might want to pull a little bit out now to be prepared for that.
Most listing agents understand it. So just be open about it. Just be like, hey, the money is coming from an RSP. It's going to take 5 days. So that's why we put this date. And just explain it to them.
And then last thing on FINTRAC. How's everyone feeling for FINTRAC? You're all using FINTRACer app. I can see an increased usage in that. So
love the
good.
FINTRACer app.
Yeah.
I
know you guys love FINTRAC so much. It's amazing. We're going to launch a FINTRAC quiz soon.
What?
Oh.
I have to game it. I've got to make it
quiz?
fun. It was Claire's idea, actually.
What?
Yeah.
Because we say to everybody, does everybody know FINTRAC? And everybody goes, yeah, okay, well, let's find out. Let's do a quiz.
Let's find out.
When's the quiz?
I'm going to send it out. Rosanna's working on it. We're going to send it out sometime this
Wednesday.
week. Yeah, I'll probably send. And
Is there
there's,
free food?
there's going to be a monetary prize
Oh,
for filling it out because that's the only way I can get you to, to fill it out. But we're just trying to show like FINTRAC, you know, like we're bound by certain regulations, but I've learned that what they're looking for us to do is to kind of go above and beyond what's expected. So how else can we get everybody involved so that we're all doing FINTRAC and know what it is? Like we know the forms, we know the policy procedures, but we're just looking for another added way to trigger maybe some new learning in your brain of something you didn't know. And if you know everything, then great, you'll know every question on the quiz. But we're just trying to add something so that I can show FINTRACer we're doing creative things to make sure that we're all up to date with FINTRAC stuff.
If you do receive that FINTRAC back from the client, are you able to change the information?
So yeah, once you send it to your remote client to fill in, you will get it back. You actually have to complete certain information. I don't think you can edit what they've filled out, but yeah, you'll be able to answer. You have to answer that anyways. So yeah, all they're going to fill out is like their driver's license, their address, things like that. Maybe their banking information if they're doing receipt of funds. It's going to go back to you to do the rating, to fill in how you know the client, what you've been doing. So it'll come back to you as a final. You get to submit it, and then we'll get that PDF back. Yeah.
So once just something happened last week was kind of odd. So just I'm not sure everybody can follow what I'm going to say here next, but it was it's to do with the deposit. Okay, so when you guys sell a house, the deposit and our offers, I'm not sure other brokers, our offers and the schedule says that the deposit shall be what? Draft, wire transfer, certified check. All right? And then how many people here are sending their clients to the bank directly? So your client does a deal and you send the client
and give them the form
directly. And what are the instructions? I know what our instructions are. I'm not sure what other guys' instructions. What are the instructions for the buyer? So you send your buyer to the bank to do the deposit. What instructions do we have them?
Her bank draft in the agency's name, take a picture of it, take it to.
So get a bank draft, take a picture of the bank draft, go to the bank, show it in.
And deposit it into the accounts, send you a picture.
Send you a picture.
Of that receipt.
Yes.
Okay. So even though it doesn't say that on the listing side, that's something you're going to do anyways. It would make sense, right? So anyway, we have a real deal here, and we were suspicious from the very beginning. And what happened is we got the deposit, not our deposit. It was our buyer went to another agent for the deposit, and then we find out later on we're suspicious anyway. So we find out later on that the check bounced, the deposit check.
The bank draft?
Then I'm thinking, how the bank draft bounce?
So I'll back it up to you. We didn't have a copy of the draft, so we missed that part of the instruction. So now we don't know.
So we never got a copy. So what the client did, and we were suspicious from the beginning, they just took a personal check, went to the bank, and said deposit this in this bank account, and they gave us a receipt. Now, the reason why I'm saying this, I've had agents come to me, especially with leases, right? And they'll say, well, the tenant
won't get a bank draft.
The tenant the tenant made the deposit yesterday. And we go to the bank, and sure enough, our bank, we see the deposit. But the next day, of course, it bounced and it comes back out. So unless we have a copy of that check, that bank draft, that we don't know whether it was a personal check or not. That's the lesson we learned.
Yeah, the lesson is that a personal check, it got rejected. So
even though I can see it in my bank account, the deposit, if I don't go in the next day, it's going to be taken out because it reversed.
Yeah, and that's why we ask for a copy of the bank draft and the receipt. So even though the bank draft doesn't necessarily say what account it came from, it gives you a little bit of information that what branch it was ordered from, that they had to go and get it. So it's a piece of the information, but that with the receipt tells you most of the story until you ask your client, what is the account number it came out of? The only person that can tell you that is the client, and that's why we fill out the receipt of funds.
Yeah. Anyway, so it was just sort of I thought, why
and that was a stranger, no?
It was a stranger. But why would the bank even deposit a non-certified check?
The bank doesn't have your policies on what you accept or not. So the listing brokerage, had they had known it was a personal check, could have rejected it right away, but nobody knew until the bank rejected it.
So here we go back to our AI world, and all the AI world, and all this automatic stuff, and all this things. So things can happen. You have to be very, very, very careful. Just because they give you a receipt from the seller that they deposit a check means nothing.
It's just one piece of the story.
But if her funds come from their savings account right to your account, why would it bounce?
It ended up being a physical written check.
No, but his question is, but when we ask for deposits, we don't want direct deposit. We want a certified check. We want a wire transfer or something. What if it's just a wire transfer? Wire transfer be bank to bank.
Yeah, you're talking about a situation where you bank with the same bank that the listing brokerage banks,
And they
with.
just physically
That's
transfer it.
technically okay. Your receipt of funds will be your proof to support that transaction. That would be okay. Yeah, it came right out. The funds are there.
The funds are physically there
funds
too.
came out. It's not an ideal for FINTRAC because it has missing some information, but your receipt of funds, I would support. Like I would be, our policies otherwise, you're okay with that.
Encourage what the agent should do. Should go with the client to the bank and say, hey, let's do it together. That's what we did many years ago.
Yeah. I would still do receipt of funds in that case, have them vouch what account it came from, on what date, and then that would be enough for FINTRAC purposes.
But I would have never thought that someone would give a personal check for deposit. I mean,
Especially for the amount.
That surprised me. So
Scam.
I know, I never thought of that one.
But usually, if it's a personal check, it takes 2 to 3 days.
Correct. That's right. That's why it took,
So here's the problem I have, right? In my bank, it shows the deposit, but 3 days later it comes out because it never cleared.
And it's actually for this reason we don't update MLS right away. Because I know PropTex has their rules. They want 24 hours and we're going to get notices, but I want the deposit in the bank to know it's there. Because had they had updated MLS, had it been done firm, that status is gone, the price is there, and they don't even have the deposit yet. So that's why our personal policy is to wait till the deposit clears before we update MLS.
Yeah, that's the downfall of all this.
Although, yeah. I don't have any other stuff.
I thought this was interesting here. Just a political comment, that's all. This is Rico talking about iPro. And they're saying that they've almost finished it and everybody got paid and blah, 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 and we're strengthening and now they're patting themselves on the back. We support for claims payments, recovery, accountability, regulatory modernization, doing all these things. But it says here, this is instructions. Claimants with pre-construction transactions now contact the biller directly to receive commissions previously paid to iPro.
Yeah. They're basically just putting the onus on the claimants to go fight for their commission the same way we do when we're trying to fight to get paid. They're basically saying Rico's not going to step in for your pre-construction deal to try to get you paid. You got to go to the builder yourself and get your check. That makes sense. You can't have Rico chasing them.
Yeah.
And then they're going to have to direct those builders to pay it to Rico.
So it still has to go to iPro, but it says here the previously payable to iPro. So
yeah, I think they're just saying they're taking the accountability out of them.
And for those people that are pre-construction business is almost gone, isn't it?
Well, save for this little boost of this.
Maybe there's a little boost.
But,
Be careful with the small little builders.
Yes.
I've lost count now.
I finally got one last week, but we've been fighting for a year. There's one we've still been fighting for 2 years to receive any kind of commissions. These are not your like urban big name builders. These are small city little guy that decided to be a builder, built a project. These are the people that are not paying. So if you're getting back into it now because of this HST hype, just be very careful who you partner with because some people don't pay. So
Crazy. Yeah. Yoma?
Done. You done?
No.
You go.
I just had one quick thing. Instagram just launched a new feature. I don't know if you guys saw it on Instagram Plus. Has anyone seen that on there? None of you guys? Okay, there's a new feature that just launched on June 4th, so just 4 days ago. It's $3.99 a month, $3.99 a month. I think Carly thought I said $399. It's just a new subscription just to give you guys some options. We don't really know the pluses of it or if it's good or not, but if you guys are thinking about if you're using social media as one of your strategies, by paying this, you can do story extends. So instead of doing 24-hour stories, you can actually extend your stories to stay on for 48 hours. You can see how many, if people rewatch your stories, it won't tell you who rewatches it, but it'll show you what stories are rewatched. You know, when you do, like when you post a story, you can actually search the viewer. So if there's a specific person you want to see if they viewed your story, now instead of scrolling through like the hundreds of viewers, you can search a viewer to see if a specific person watched your story. You can do story spotlights, and you can have one story per week that has a
stalker.
I'm just thinking the same thing.
But I'm going to show you how it benefits you as a real estate agent. There's also story spotlights where you give one story per week, giving it a priority placement for your friends. You can do story previews, where you can actually watch someone else's story without your name showing up in the viewer list.
Dude, this is terrible.
Just letting you guys know what's out there.
The first two were good. And
You can do super hearts, where you send super animated, vibrant hearts in response to stories. You can do more profile pins. So right now you can pin 3 stories at the top. You can actually do 6 now. So if you guys have featured posts that you want to have featured there with your services, whatever it is, you can have 6. You can do custom bio fonts. So if you have a font that's specific to your branding, now you can have your own font on your bio. You can have a custom app icon. You can post directly to your profile without them appearing in your followers feed. I don't know what that is. And then you can also have multiple story audiences. So right now you have close friend options, but if you've got like specific stories that you want to go out to your buyers, specific stories you want to go out to your sellers, maybe your sphere, you can actually, it's kind of like having a CRM tag where you've got your past clients and all that. So now you can actually do specific stories to specific groups. I thought that's kind of cool. They're saying for you guys as real estate agents, which ones matter the most? The story extend feature. So if you want to have a story on there for 48 hours, maybe good if you're doing an open house, have a new listing or market update that maybe you want to have for the entire weekend on there instead of just 24 hours. The story rewatches is good because then it gives you an idea of what stories actually landed and what people actually like. So then you know what to post more of. What else? I think those were the main ones. Multiple story audiences is good again. So if you want to customize who watches it, it's kind of like a basic CRM logic, but it's applied to your social media. So that's what's coming out now. It's $3.99 a month. They say most agents will probably like it for the custom font in the bio, but otherwise it is kind of a creepy feature, but
and
maybe
it's
worth having.
$4 US.
$4 US. They also have one, I think if you guys want the blue check mark beside your name, I think it's about $26 a month. So if you guys want to be verified, you can pay for that as well. That's about it. I do have some rules, but we don't have to do that I don't have too many social media people. So we'll leave that one. But that was just what I saw that came out on social this week. As of training this week, there's no specific session on Wednesday, but what I might do, which is what we did last week at the Ajax office, I invited agents to come in at 11 a.m. and I basically just said, come work in the office, and I filmed them. Most of the agents were just in the office on their phones, laptops. I just did some quick content of them working. And then I posted it on our office social media page. And then I gave those agents a few clips that they could add to their own pages as well and showed them how to make a video. Maybe we'll do some fun thing here. I think we'll do one at Scarborough on Wednesday. Only about 5 people showed up, so it wasn't crazy, but those agents got some fun content. I think we did a Would You Rather segment outside the office, and we just had a fun little video. So if you want to go to the Percy Fulton page, it was on there. But we'll do that again this Wednesday at the Kennedy office. So if you're here, I'm just going to film you and give you some content to post. I think it's next week. When's the 17th? Next Wednesday. At the Ajax office, the FITUS team is going to be hosting a lunch and learn for you guys at the Durham Hub. I think you guys have some speakers coming in to just talk about different lenders. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have Scotiabank, Equitable Bank.
Equitable Bank.
They talk about reverse mortgages.
Okay. Reverse mortgages.
And community trust, alternate lender.
Okay. Alternative lending.
And a private lender.
And a private lender. Okay, that's cool. So all these different types of lending, they're going to come do some talks on the 17th of June. There is food. Oh yeah, food, and there's a draw for 3 Blue Jays tickets as well. You do have to reserve a seat. So just like the last lunch and learn, I only have a limited amount of seats in that room. So please email Suganya or myself to reserve a spot at the Ajax office. I think we did a little bit of an overflow room, which we could probably do again, but make sure you do, if you are coming, send us it so we have enough food and enough chairs for you guys. So
all the lenders will speak this in the same day?
It's all the same day. So it's going to there's going to be 4 different speakers, I believe, and they're all each going to have a segment, and then we'll feed you guys after, and you can have a draw. Please reserve a seat. What's that? Yes, we will live stream it as well.
For the lender. Okay, I will ask them, because I work with a couple of guys who are in the flipping. They'll buy the property, sell within 3 months. Okay. So they need a lot of
some alternative lending.
Reverse mortgages and well as this one.
Perfect.
The last one we did the reverse mortgages. They want me to bring the the speaker back again. Like it's kind of weird how you can do more transactions.
Okay.
More than what the reverse mortgage is about.
Perfect. So if you guys got some creative lending you guys want to learn more about, that's on the 17th. And that's all and then I think that's all I got. Do you have any golf house? Should we?
Yeah.
When is it?
June or July 15th.
July 15th. Save that date as well. It's on a Wednesday. That is our family golf day
There's no turning back
at
now.
Timber Creek Golf, like we did the last couple of years with mini putt, driving range, gem mining, and a batting cage. So the kids are welcome to come to that. We'll start to send invites out for that soon. So again, that's July, what did I say? 15th. Send Ginny your RSVP and how many kids you guys are bringing. I think that's it. Did you want that one?
No, I'll play around with it first.
Okay. Okay.
Anyone have listings you need to talk about or need help with anything? Anything online? No, and nothing's weird next week. It's just a regular week.
It's a regular week.
Okay, have a good week and we'll see you Monday. Take care.